So yeah, like we never ended. This is just how we do things here.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back.
No, we're back. We never left, dude. I don't know what you're talking
Never
about.
left. Not even for a second.
So, player of
the
week, the week's GOAT.
I didn't really agree with this, but I got outruled.
I mean, you also didn't give us anybody. So
I was busy at the time.
Well, then you didn't get outruled. You just
weren't. I got outruled. But
no,
hey,
no. You didn't have priority on the.
Here we are. We're here.
Who were you? Who was you gonna pick, dude?
I mean, I would have given that to Russell.
Wilson?
Anything? Yeah.
Why, dude?
He played exceptionally well against the Bills. Granted, the Bills were the one. The Bills were the one to shoot themselves in the foot, but I feel Russell Wilson put them in position to get the win.
So the reason you're wrong is he had 29 passes or 24 completions for 193 yards and 2 touchdowns. Look at this man over here. 323 touchdowns, 323 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. Definitely a better game by yards and touchdowns.
Okay, he lost. That's my whole.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's who has the best performance of the week, and these two definitely had the best performance of the week. And they lost to the Lions, bro. They played a great team. So yeah, players of the week. Speaking of the Lions, what were you gonna say, producer? Were you gonna say
I was just gonna ask him, like, would it be a different scenario if they won? Would it be like a unanimous? They were the players of the week.
Yeah.
So that was your only.
What doesn't help the situation either, and this is just my personal opinion, is that the Chargers, I feel like they had expectations, or we expected more of a successful year out of them. I think they're not playing up to their potential.
Okay.
So with that being said, I really don't feel like they really deserve any praise. Really, I think probably that's what is stopping me from wanting to give them player of the week.
Hey, your man's got NFC player of the week. CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. He broke the record, I believe franchise record, for 10 catches or consecutive games with over 10 catches and over 150 yards.
You know how many games that was?
I believe it was 3.
Oh, okay. 3
or 4, something like that.
It's dope stat to have, especially when you guys have had guys like Michael Irving and Jason Witten on your guys' team.
Yeah, and it was kind of like the coach. It was like the coach's decision because when they sat everybody, when they sat Dak, and Brandon Cooper came out onto the field, they left CeeDee Lamb in there because he was like 8 yards short or something like that of the record. Yeah. And they're like, "Do you want to break the record?" And he's like, "Hell yeah!" And he went out there and caught I think a 13-yard catch or something like that.
And then they pulled him. Then they said, "All right, dude.
You guys ready? Have a seat." I mean, we did beat them, 49 to whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That is with them, dude.
Yeah. Good old Giants.
Who is the worst team in the NFL?
Like currently or overall?
Yeah, no, currently.
Currently, it'd be Carolina.
You think so? Over Chicago?
Yeah.
Chicago's terrible.
Yeah, they are. But Carolina is, I feel like, even more
the Cardinals?
Terrible. No. If I were to go from terrible to least terrible, it would probably the Panthers, Chicago, and then the Cardinals.
So, the AFC is tough. Besides the Patriots, they're terrible right now too. Oh, actually, yeah, the Panthers only have 1 win. The Cardinals have 2, and the Bears have 3. Giants only have 2. It's terrible.
The
Terrible.
Giants are doing very bad.
Unfortunately for you guys, the Eagles are in your division.
Yeah.
So
I kind of wish they weren't,
yeah, I would wish that too if the Eagles were in my division.
you know, but hey, it's gonna be another year where you have no, because last year the Giants too, but
Yeah.
this year is gonna probably be us, the Eagles, Seahawks, 49ers, and really hard to say who else. It's kind of like how we say all the time, like battle for last.
Yeah. Yo, how are the Bills so bad? As a
Like
great team, they're terrible.
it's excruciating to watch.
I
When
mean,
I was watching as the Broncos missed the field goal, and I was like, oh, thank God. The Bills almost had that stain on their record.
man,
Wow. I'm like, wow, you guys are so bad.
yo, he took that 12-man role seriously.
Ew.
You know,
You like you can't get any worse than that. Like
I mean, I think the Bills are just trying to cosplay as Cheddar Bob. If you want
I much rather have took, offsides or roughing the kicker.
any penalty other than that one. That as on the professional level of football, that's the worst penalty you can have. It's worse than delay of game. It's worse than false start. It's worse than fucking illegally kicking the ball out of bounds, illegal forward pass. It's worse than all of those. It is to have an extra man on the field is the worst.
Yeah, especially when they're kicking from, I think it was like the 30 or something like that. It's almost like an automatic kick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he misses. And you guys have 12 people on the field. What are you doing?
That's
what are you doing?
They told that OC you gotta go, dude. They told that coordinator you gotta bounce, go to Carolina. They offered
me personally. They need to tell Josh Allen, you need to get out.
Nah, he's okay.
No, he's not okay. He's not okay. He's leading right now. I believe he's leading in interceptions.
Yeah,
or if not top 3, and he's not winning games. Last year he was winning games. He was throwing a lot of interceptions, but he was still winning games. Fine. This year, not acceptable. Not acceptable. Especially against the Broncos. Like, this is your redemption game.
Yeah, you're supposed to beat him by 20.
You know what I mean? You're supposed to be like, all right, cool. The Bills are still the Bills.
So the rest of the season, the Bills have the Jets at home, then they go to the Eagles, then they go to the Chiefs, and then they go Cowboys at Buffalo. So they got to play the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys back to back to back.
Oh my God.
And then they play the Chargers, and then the Patriots at home, and then at Dolphins. So the rest they have to play the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Dolphins, all top 5 teams, and the rest of their season.
Oh, wow.
That's nuts. And they threw the Jets in there. So imagine if Aaron Rodgers was playing and the Jets were good that they were supposed to be. It was supposed to be Jets, Eagles.
But they're talking about Aaron Rodgers could possibly be back as early as like mid-December.
He ain't coming back if they don't have a winning record, no matter how healthy he is.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
if they have no shot to making the playoffs, why are you going to come back for the break?
I think if the Jets could probably get the win this week, it could open up that window a little bit.
Which they're not going to.
If Buffalo plays like they played last week, I hope whoever they got for offensive coordinator now, I hope he's a fucking outstanding guy.
Stevie Wonder is better.
Big Llama.
Llama.
We appreciate you. Make sure you're checking out the Llama Show, 10 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, every
Llama,
Sunday.
what do you think about the Bills, dude?
What do you think about them?
They're in your division. So, but they're the best team to be this bad on paper.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They're the best team on paper to be this bad.
Now is Stephon leaving the Bills after this year?
Yeah, I can see him going to like Philly, San Fran.
Really, he should have stayed with the Vikings, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if he goes to San Fran, bro,
Imagine. Well, I don't think they would have got Justin Jefferson if Stephon Diggs would have
no,
left.
yeah,
But if you would put them on the same team now,
yeah, or he goes to San,
with Josh Dobbs throwing them the ball, oof.
yeah. He goes to San Fran and gets McCaffrey in the backfield.
I don't see him. He's more of like a.
Bro, he could be like or Seattle.
I could see him like how AJ Brown's, AJ Brown's spot on the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? He's like the main piece of that offense, and I think that's what Stephon Diggs needs. He needs
Seattle with DK.
Steelers.
Yeah, I mean we could
not trolling. I'm being
we could get rid of Deontay Johnson for him.
You really could get rid of any one of your receivers for Stephon Diggs. For Stephon Diggs,
NFL young boy ain't going nowhere. We got a young talent that's going to grow. George Pickens is that guy. He's that guy.
Or maybe even Detroit. I don't know. I don't really know what their receiver room looks like, but
yeah, but him and the 49ers with Debo on the other side, McCaffrey in the backfield.
They're already kind of stacked as is, because you got to think about it. Purdy's getting a bag. CMC's getting a bag. Debo's getting a bag. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a certain point where you can't afford that many stars.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't go for the bag? He goes to win.
Stephon Diggs is going for the bag.
He might want to go.
He's put in enough work where he deserves a bag.
Yeah, but if you want to win chips, it's one or the other. Really.
Yeah.
You either gotta go play because you gotta either go play for a good team who's gonna have stars getting paid, or you're gonna play for a team that wins a championship that has a bunch of up and comers that happen to have a good season, which happens, and you could just be the guy on a team that people didn't expect to be good. Or you can, be the Panthers, and no matter what you do, thank God for CMC that he left there.
Yeah.
Thank God for him.
I mean, he kind of held him down, though.
Yeah, but they didn't hold him down. Imagine if he was on that team now.
I'd like that duo. Cam Newton and CMC.
Yeah, but Cam Newton is no longer in the NFL. They're 1 for 9 right now, or whatever the fuck they are. That team sucks.
Yeah, they're very bad.
They're not good, dude.
Ron Rivera is now coaching the Commanders.
Yeah. And
do you like him as a coach?
Nope. I didn't like him when he got upset after the strong handshake, and he pushed the coach because the guy shook his hands too hard, and he got all mad. Yeah, you don't remember that, bro?
Sounds like a bitch move. That's a real bitch thing to do.
Yeah, McDummy. That happened, bro. The coach came and the Panthers lost, and the coach shook his hand, how the coaches hit and he got mad and pushed the dude, and the coach was like.
I mean, I was always taught as a kid that, what I'm saying, it's a sign of respect to firmly shake somebody's hand.
Yeah, but
unless he squeezed the shit out of his hand.
Probably hit him with
give him a little.
Yeah, when you hit him with the. You know exactly what I'm talking about, knuckle to knuckle. I do not like Ron Rivera as a coach. I don't think he's good at all. Definitely not. Mike Tomlin. He's not even. I can't believe it's not Tomlin. He's not even that.
Nah, not even close.
Not even close, dude. He's not good.
He's like
what's his name?
He's like Andy Reid if he was a terrible quarterback or a terrible coach.
No, he's like Jason Garrett.
Yeah,
he's Jason Garrett, but he's stuck around way longer.
I think Jason Garrett did good with the Cowboys, but then when he left to the Giants, it
wasn't good on the Giants and the Cowboys either, dude. With his redheaded and fucking freckles, dude. Go play fucking go shock put something. Go fucking play shuffleboard.
Berto Garcia, yo.
But
shout out to Beto. Do we have that
the playoff picture?
Yeah, the playoff picture.
Right now, I mean, who do you guys play this week?
Carolina.
That's fucked, dude. They give you guys an easy fucking schedule, dude.
I'm not mad at it.
No.
We need it.
I mean, the problem with that, though, is if you guys do make it to the playoffs, you're going to be playing a whole different caliber team than you're.
Well, I like that. I like the bar at the bottom.
Playoff picture. I'm just gonna look at their their standings. Actually, I'm just gonna look it up real quick. It's crazy. I just type in playoff picture without even the word NFL. You know what comes up? NFL playoff picture. So we have in the AFC. We'll do the AFC first, so that's how they have it. The Chiefs are 7-2, first place in the division. You know, as you can see over here on the AFC left side bubble over there. The Ravens are second in the division because they're 7-3 because they haven't had a bye yet. Jacksonville is third at 6-3. Dolphins are fourth at 6-3. Steelers are fifth at 6-3. The Steelers are the highest ranking non-division team in the playoffs. Then you got the Browns. Currently, the Bengals are no longer in the playoffs; they're in the bubble, so the Texans are the 7th seed in the AFC. So, what do you think about that AFC picture so far?
It's a toughie, man. Fact that the Texans, that's crazy, but not surprising after seeing how they played this year. They're a very counted out team, and they've made themselves known.
It's true.
But as far as what I'm worried about was that the Dolphins look like a super team this year, and as of currently, they're kind of looking like they fizzled out a little bit. They got a little humbled.
They're an offensive super team, the Cowboys.
You mean the Dolphins?
Dolphins, sorry, offensive super team. Their defense couldn't stop me and you from scoring. And if you were the lead blocker and I was a running back,
is Jalen Ramsey supposed to come back, or is he done for the season?
I'm not sure. Who do you think the best team is in that AFC picture right there?
The best team, in my opinion, would probably be the Ravens.
Who's the worst team in that picture?
Including the bubble, or
no, in that picture that AD has right there.
The worst team would probably have to be the Texans. The Texans have a good offense, but offense can't always win you games. You need a solid defense to make it through the playoffs.
Oh, they said that he might make a quick return, Jalen Ramsey, so he's probably not out for the season. I would say another week, maybe. You think that this is going to stay the pretty much accurate AFC playoff picture, or you think the Bengals are going to end up sneaking in there?
You can't count them out.
Nope.
You can't count them out. They're usually a later in the season team, anyways. And really, once we get up to right about playoff time, not just yet, it's really who you got left. You know what I'm saying? Who's healthy, who's not, who's playing and who's not, and who's been producing and who's not.
I don't know if I mentioned this on this episode, but if the Bengals do make the playoffs, it'll be the first time in NFL history that all 4 teams from a division make the playoffs. It's never happened before.
I don't see it happening.
Well, right now you have the Ravens, Steelers, and Browns are all in there right now, and the Bengals are 1 game out.
They've kind of got like a late start.
Yeah.
And I think that might hurt them.
It all depends on when the other teams have their drought. You know, every team has their drought.
Yeah.
Every team gets one unless they go 15-1, which the Eagles may.
No.
So you don't think so?
No.
You think you guys are going to beat them a game?
Yeah. I think we're going to go 1-1 with them, and that's respectfully.
So you think they go close game? 16 and you think they go 15-2?
Maybe like 14-3.
You think they lose another game?
Yeah. Matter of fact, before I start talking on this, let me just pull up the actual schedule and I'll tell you who.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. They play the Chiefs this week, though.
That could possibly be a loss.
You're right. That could definitely be a loss.
So they still have to play the Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, Cowboys, Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, and Giants again.
Yeah, so their last 3 games are dubs. They may or may not lose to you guys. They may or may not lose to the 49ers, which I think they're going to beat the 49ers. And they may or may not lose to the Chiefs. That's really the only 2 of the Chiefs and you guys.
I wouldn't necessarily say it would be a big shocker either if somehow the Seahawks,
Yeah.
because the Seahawks are kind of like bad until you play them, and
But
then like I don't
the
know,
Eagles are really good, man.
they are very good.
It's
They're
not just
very
the
good.
it's not just the team that's in on the field either, man. It's that the coaching staff they have is crazy. The brotherly shove play they have is nuts. It cannot be stopped if they need 2 yards. It cannot be stopped. So, like as the commentators were saying last game they played, that they really only need to get in their first 3 downs is 8 yards. Because on the 4th down, they can just go for it. And you know how much confidence that gives an offense when all you need is 8 yards instead of 10? You don't have to, you can air it out every once in a while, and not have to worry about it too much. It's just a loss of a down. It's crazy.
Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. Don't the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the 23rd.
Okay.
It's Thanksgiving's. No, Thanksgiving's the 25th. No,
It's a Thursday.
it's always a Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's the 3rd Thursday of the month.
Oh yeah, so it's the 23rd. The Cowboys are playing the Commanders.
So now we'll get into the NFC playoff picture. The number 1 seed, the Eagles. The number 2 seed is the Lions. Number 3 seed, 49ers. Number 4, Saints. 5, Seattle. 6, Dallas. 7, Vikings. And then on the bubble, the Buccaneers.
Oof.
The Buccaneers, though. So the NFC playoff picture is more or less locked in with the teams, but not necessarily the seeds, because the Buccaneers are 4-5. The Vikings are 6-4. The Vikings are 6-4 as the
The
last.
Saints are 5-5, dude.
Yeah, but they're winning their they're winning their division right now. So
Look at their division.
Yeah, so if the Bucks went 5-5, and if they beat the Chiefs are getting bumped out. The Buccaneers would get bumped in, and the Vikings would still be in the playoffs.
Like, if we really get into it,
yeah, it's the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Bucks.
like, bro,
that division sucks, dude.
You got the Saints 5-5, Bucks 4-5, Falcons 4-6, and the Panthers 1-8.
The only time the Buccaneers,
it's week 11.
The only time the Buccaneers have ever been good were in 2000 when they won the Super Bowl, and when what's his name came over and won the Super Bowl with them. Fuck, man, I can't remember his name. But anyway, when they recently won the Super Bowl, when Mike Evans and them. That was the only 2 times in the Buccaneers' history that they've been good at the game of football.
But my thing is, you're first in your division, and you're 5-5, and it's week 11. That means out of 11 weeks, you only won 5 games, not including if you had a bye.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's almost 500. The Vikings, I mean, the Saints are at 500 right now.
They're 2-2 at home, 3-3 away.
Yeah, they're 500. So who's the best team in the NFC right now in that playoff picture?
The Eagles. The Eagles for sure.
Who's the worst team there?
That's a fucking toughie. It's the Saints.
Yeah, for sure. It's not that tough at all.
Wait, no, pull the picture back
pull
up.
that up again.
It morally speaking, if you were to really grade it by the team themselves, I would say it is the Eagles, 49ers, Detroit,
Yep.
Cowboys, Vikings, Seattle.
No, I would flip those 2.
And then Saints.
I think the Seahawks are a better team than Minnesota, and I think in the long run they will be a better team than the 49ers.
The Seahawks?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Like as in like the next few years they'll
No, at the end of
by the end of this year,
by
they'll
the
be
end
a
of
better team than the 49ers.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, dude.
I think they will be, dude.
The Seahawks, or no, I'm sorry, not Seahawks. The 49ers, they're just too squatted. Like,
yeah, but they lose because of stupid mistakes.
Like the stars they do have, they're like super dominant at their position. You got Fred Warner, Debo Samuels, um, CMC, George Kittle. It's kind of hard not to win with that team.
They're in the same division too. So the Seahawks, right now they're both 6-3, man. The Seahawks could win that division.
I don't think they have enough to beat the 49ers. Have they played the 49ers yet?
No.
What?
They play them. Wow, they play them on Thursday night in 2 weeks, and then they have a week against the Cowboys, and they play them again. They play them, don't play them, and then play them again. That's crazy. So the rest of their schedule is the Rams, which I think they're going to beat. The 49ers, which I think they're going to beat because it's at home. The Cowboys, who are they're probably, I don't know yet. To see what Cowboys play the next couple weeks. Then they play the 49ers in San Fran, where they're going to lose. Then they play the Eagles at home. They're going to lose. Then they play the Titans. Depending on how Pittsburgh plays, they're going to play Pittsburgh.
You got 49ers and Seattle both tied at 6-3.
Yeah.
Now, for their division record, 49ers are 2-0, and the Seahawks are 1-1. So that means
who did they lose to?
It had to be the Rams. They lost to the Rams.
They did lose to the Rams 30-13.
Yeah.
Second, but that was the second game of the season, though.
It was also the Rams.
Yeah, but what's the Rams record right now?
And that means San Francisco being 2-0 in the division, that they beat the Rams once and then beat the Cardinals once.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened. And then the 49ers, I mean, you got the 49ers and Seahawks. I think that division really can go either way, depending on how the two teams perform. I think they're going to split their – oh, man, that's a terrible take. Terrible take, Berto.
Beto.
But yeah, I think – but see, my whole thing is the AFC definitely has better teams than the NFC. The NFC has the best team in the league, the Eagles, right now. But the AFC has more powerhouses.
Yeah.
There's more of them over there.
Like the Saints, for example, they're just making the cut because of their division.
They're winning the division, yes.
But like, for example, when you look at the Steelers division, you have 4 like big teams, you know what I'm saying, that could beat a majority of other teams any given night on in the NFL, across the NFL. But when you look at the NFC South, they're the underdog almost in any game.
Terrible team.
No, terrible division. I mean, so that's literally pretty much an entire division that like really isn't worth a fuck.
Yeah. You want to go over the power rankings real quick before we end this?
Yeah.
All right. So number 1, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 2, Kansas City Chiefs. Number 3, Baltimore, who were number 2 last week, got bumped down to number 3. The Chiefs were number 3, got bumped up to number 2. Then the Lions at 4, they're up a spot from last week. San Fran's at 5, up 2 spots from last week. The Dolphins are at 6, that's where they've been. The Cowboys are at 7, they're up 1 spot from last week. Jacksonville is at 8, they're down 4 spots from last week. Cleveland is at 9, they're up a spot. Texans are at 10, they're up a spot. And then you got Seattle,
Cincinnati,
and then the
Steelers, Buffalo.
Bills.
How is Buffalo still in the top 15? Like they should be back there with fucking
They dropped 3 spots.
the Panthers. They should have dropped 7.
And then the Vikings are 15.
Crazy.
They're up 2 spots.
I feel like it's kind of disrespectful for the Vikings.
The Saints are ranked 16.
The Vikings are definitely better than the Bills.
The Saints are ranked 16.
But yeah, I mean, just looking at top 3, Philly, Kansas City, and the Ravens.
Yep.
I don't know about these Ravens, man.
Yeah, but these Lions too, dude. These fucking
Yeah.
Lions.
But the Ravens, I mean, like the Ravens, I don't know what else is going to take for them to really. I mean, they made a very significant improvement since having Lamar, but it just seems like they're always missing something every year.
Yeah. Yo, so this is this is like the first sentence of how they described the Steelers last week. Another defender lost to injury, more passing game disappointment, and another victory. It's stupendous. The name stupendous is crazy. He said, really, the Steelers have mastered the art of rope-a-dope, of winning with minimum style points and shocking efficiency.
Literally. Just to sum up the Steelers' season, it's kind of, I don't know, man. Like, it's like whenever I do watch y'all's games, it seems like y'all are playing like shit, and I'll turn the game off, and then just later find out that you guys like won by a field goal or or by an interception or something like that. I'm like, huh? Not too bad. You know what I'm saying?
We're 6-3, man. I'll take it.
Crazy.
And then it says the Steelers have mastered a rope-a-dope art of winning with minimal style points and shocking efficiency. Here's a more positive spin. The Steelers know how to make big plays. They've only outscored opponents in one quarter this season, the fourth.
That'll be the quarter to do it.
That's it.
You guys are gonna run into some trouble though come playoff time.
Yeah,
because to play like that in the playoffs is a very dangerous game of Russian roulette.
But the last week, the offense had over 300 yards total, which is the most we've had all season. If I'm not mistaken, it's the most we've had since Kenny Pickett has been our starter. So if that trend continues to go the way it's going, the team will be a completely different team 8 weeks from now when we go to the playoffs. Not saying we're going to beat the team, we're going to go all the way, but if we can get to the playoffs or win the wild card game, this gives this team the experience to know what it takes to do it again next year.
Yeah. I mean, at least on the NFC side, the Seahawks got a little taste of that last year, and I think that's what's helping them this year.
It does. It helps a lot. And
I think they lost to the Giants, no?
Yes.
And now I think it might come down to they're going to have to beat the 49ers, unfortunately.
Yeah. For me this year, as what do you need the Cowboys to do to have a successful season?
I would say for a successful season, at least make NFC Championship.
Okay.
And in the NFC Championship, it better be like convincingly like you guys played your fucking heart out. And we're gonna have to beat the Eagles at least once this season in the regular season, not including playoffs.
Yep.
They have to go 1-1 with the Eagles, and then more than likely see them again in the playoffs, and then still have to deal with the 49ers. And the last time they played the 49ers, it was not cute, anything of the sort.
No, it wasn't pretty. For the team that the Steelers have right now, if we win our division and have a convincing first game in the playoffs, that's a successful season for us. It's a successful season for the team. Anything past that, we're playing on God's time.
Yeah.
If we win our division, win the wild card, get into the next game, it's like, oh.
That'd be a weird ass Super Bowl, like Steelers and Seahawks. Or
no, but it would be hard. The Steelers at Eagles or Eagles and Steelers, so that it's in the same state. Because they both play in Pennsylvania. That'd be hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater on the Eagles, but a lot of people are saying to come back to the Super Bowl back-to-back years, it's not really done very often. And the only one to do it was Voldemort and the Patriots.
In recent time, yes.
In recent time.
Yes.
and especially in today's game to do that.
Yeah, with the way teams change so much and your stars don't stay in one team. You know, back in the day from the 90s and the stars stayed put.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
would
So
be on a team like 10 years.
You were able to build a team around the people you had. You know, and that's how you build dynasties. You had the Steelers in the 70s, you had the 49ers in the 80s, the Cowboys in the 90s.
But I think it's just with the times, they've just been getting more ballsier and ballsier with trades.
Well, not only trades, the NFL, the trades have never been that crazy. The thing what happens with trades in the NFL is mainly
definitely, and it's not more in the season, but I think in the off season, the trades go crazy.
But it's more players for picks than players for players. You know, in the NFL, they do a lot of players for picks type shit. You know, we'll give you Aaron Rodgers for 2 first rounds, a second round, and 4 fifth rounds.
Yeah, and I feel like it'd be a little bit more entertaining if they did more player for player.
Yeah, like the NBA. The NBA does a good job with that.
Like, for example, the Jets assembling their team they did this offseason, obviously it was for nothing.
Yeah.
But it did get a lot of people riled up, and it was like, whoa, you know, the Jets are looking crazy. They did. Now they're looking really crazy.
Yeah, the other way.
Unfortunately,
they're looking manically bipolar crazy.
That's like worst case scenario of all worst case scenarios.
Yeah, so. 4 plays in. That's crazy, dude.
The guy you just built your whole team around goes out 4 plays in.
That's like thinking you're working in the wintertime, but you go to the porta potty and it's 104 degrees, dude.
Yeah.
You were bamboozled. The Jets were bamboozled. Aaron Rodgers.
It's like getting a job at the strip club just to find out you're the bouncer and you have to stay outside all the time.
You're the door guy.
Oh my god.
That's terrible. Terrible. As Charles Barkley would say, terrible.
But yeah, man. It's gonna be another crazy week.
Oh yeah. So as our producers putting in the little, this Scrollatron, is that what we're gonna call that? Scrollatron? The Oakland A's are moving to Vegas. I'm pretty sure they're set to share a stadium with the Raiders. Like they used to back in the day.
I just found out who the Oakland A's are today. I was today years old.
How would you feel? How are you gonna feel about seeing the baseball diamond on a football game? Because
we'd seen it before.
Yeah, but not in it's 2023, dude. Teams could definitely afford to have their own stadium.
So, is it the Oakland A's current stadium's being worked on, or
no? They're moving to Vegas, dude. That's like the Raiders did. You're missing the N in moving. Not to call you out on.
It's still missing.
Shout out to our producer though. He really does a good job. He
does a fantastic job. That guy.
You know? Hey. Next time use a fucking thesaurus.
But no, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up on that one.
Wrap it up like our parents should have.
This is it. But he's Jay Birdie, aka Daddy B.
He's Roman Turo, aka Roman Turo. You know,
you've been sidelined. Come back next week.
You thought you were a starter, but you've been sidelined.